YouTube family, what's going on, everyone? I hope everybody's having a blessed day today. And today, we're going to tap into one of, if not the hottest stock in the stock market right now, that being SanDisk Corporation, ticker SNDK. Let's get right into business. So, SanDisk has been on an absolute heater since this January. We've been up approximately 500%, which is just absolutely insane. It feels like every day we've just been nonstop cooking. So let's get into if we're going to be pulling back soon. If this is only the beginning, we're going to go over all these things. So first, last week, SanDisk had earnings on April 30th. They beat them by 60%. That is a massive beat, and nonetheless, ever since the IPO, we have just been crushing earnings with this one. And obviously, the price definitely reflects it as well. If you don't know what SanDisk is, it's an AI data center memory stock. Pretty much every AI chip stock has just been absolutely on a tear. It's just the season of the market, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get into the price movement on this one. So if I want to go to the logarithmic regression on the weeklies, so if we could see here, we've kind of just been setting up these ascending triangles, which has been definitely quite interesting. So I'm going to draw these here. So we've been setting up these bullish indicators along the whole way. And on each triangle has been on average approximately, this one here before we broke out was around 8 weeks. This one here is about 9 weeks. So on average, it's taken us about 8 to 9 weeks on these short-term pullbacks to get back to the all-time highs and to rally higher. So with that being said, if we are in a slight pullback right now, we could see a reality where, it's going to be until around mid-July where we start to see this one really start to take off again. So I also would like us to take a look at the 21-week SMA. So if we're looking at the 21-week SMA, we've been so hot that we haven't even really touched it, man. On the logarithmic, we haven't really touched it. And if we go to the regular regression, we don't even really touch it either. So most stocks, in bull markets, they definitely, the 21-week SMA, this blue line, always acts as some sort of support. So the next price level I want us to pay attention to if we get a hefty pullback is around $721, right? So moving on. I want us to start looking at the dailies. Let's look at the dailies here. And a pretty important moving average would also be this 50-day moving average, which is this orange line here. So this orange line is sitting at $872, and the 21-day is sitting around 1132. So in the short term, it's definitely these two price ranges could act as a lot of support. So anywhere between $874 and 1130 might be a good sweet spot for an entry point here. Now, if we run into a situation where we don't hold them, if we run into a situation where we don't hold them, it could kind of be a bloodbath, I won't lie, only because, dude, we've been up astronomically. We've been up 500%. So, like I always say, what goes up comes down. And say we come down here and we kind of test this support system a little bit and we drop down. I would like to say the 200-day SMA is a spot where we could end up holding support. It's currently at $401. I mean, that would be an absolute crumble of SanDisk, and with all this momentum, I don't really see that being a realistic outcome. To be honest, I don't think anyone really knows where SanDisk can end up. It's just been so hot, and just it's been on such a run that there's no predicting it, right? But according to the data that we see here, we have to work with what we have. And in my opinion, since we've only been around, IPOs in February 2025, since it's been about a year and a half almost, we got to work off of daily moving averages for now. There's not enough long-term data to outside of those triangles, like I was saying before with the weeklies. There's not a lot of data to really digest with in terms of weeklies. So that's going to just about do it for me, guys. In the worst case scenario, we're looking at a situation where we could end up plummeting to $400. The most likely scenario, in my opinion, is, like I said, we kind of for 9 weeks just trend sideways and then start to make a higher leg. And I think it's one of these stocks where I wouldn't recommend fading it. I wouldn't recommend banking on a dip, because when things move like this, it really feels like it just keeps going. But at the same time, since we're up 500%, I'm also not buying a stock that's up 500% also. So that's going to pretty much do it for me here. If I'm anybody else, I would personally wait a couple weeks just to see how this one plays out, because we've been absolutely mooning. If this has helped any of you guys, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I'm tuned into it all. Until next time, guys, peace.